Welcome back everybody to CfTesla. My name is Cody and I am an idiot. Okay, I'm not an idiot. No one should ever call themselves an idiot. It just messes with your brain. You become one. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's like a 30% chance now that tomorrow I will be more of an idiot than I was today. I'll check with my wife on that. I've had this Model 3 now for since 2019 September, and I have made some mistakes in my most recent purchase with the Model Y that I shouldn't have made, and that has cost me probably 6 to 7 months of waiting for my car when I didn't have to. So today, hopefully, I can share some of those mistakes I made, things I wished I knew with you, things I should have known, especially being how I'm a creator in this space. And maybe you won't make the same mistake. But first of all, what do you guys think of this kitchen? We finally got it done. We've been working on this now for 6 months. Well, when I say we, I mean mostly my wife. I mean, she's done all of this on her own. Let me show you real quick where we're at. We got like maybe 2 hours of work left. Check this out. We got new countertops in all along the front here. We got our coffee tea station here. The little desk has been replaced. These counters in between our pool table room, kind of a game room, and our dining room here have all been replaced. Just love those. And that was all done because they made a mistake. So they comped all that, including a huge section, $1,800 worth of counters. They comped to us. So huge deal. We did end up going through and updating all of our appliances. So we got all the same LG ones here. So microwave, oven, and then we got the dishwasher there, as well as we got the cooktop here, but kind of big size. The only thing we haven't done yet is the fridge because it's still keeping our food cold, and apparently that's not a good enough reason to replace it. Who's a good puppy? Oh, who's a good puppy? But the big hero is the cabinets. The cabinets are by far the biggest thing that has happened here because this is what my wife did. She stripped them all down, like hand sanded, whatever, them down to be perfectly smooth and stained them all on her own. We have a lot of cabinets in this kitchen. And she redid it all like, I think 6 or 7 times because she didn't like the color, and retried the mixing of stains and all that. It's been incredible. 6 months worth of her working on this day in and day out. She's the most incredible person ever. But anyway, take a look at how they came out. I mean, on the studio, it probably doesn't sound like much, but it would have been so much easier to just paint them. But nope, we decided to go with staining, and man, it just so beautiful. I have to say, I could not be more proud of her. Okay, so let's talk about mistake number 1. See that car out there? Nope, not that one. Out there. See it? The MDX. So the thing with trade-in, see, I was just negligent. I should have known. I should have done a little more research. I should have looked at Tesla's website. It's everywhere. But when you have a trade-in attached to your Tesla order, you need to go in every 30 days or 1,000 miles, as it says right here on their website, and like resubmit the trade-in. They're only good for 30 days or 1,000 miles. And so what happens is if you don't go back in, as I didn't, and renew that, basically means you put in your odometer again, is pretty much all you're doing, and resubmit that, resave it with your updated mileage, then it can bump your order because your order is no longer in good order, it's not completed, and so therefore you're gonna keep getting delayed. Now here's what I'll say about this trade-in process though, is it's actually kind of slick. So after you submit it and you got your trade-in in, you put your VIN in, you actually get contacted by a Tesla advisor. And to this date now, a year in the process of trying to buy a Model Y, within 24 hours, any questions I have about the whole process, I text this agent and they're back to me with answers, not just regarding trade-ins, but anything I've asked, which has basically been me complaining and bitching about everything and her saying, hey, nothing we can do about it. But they're still responding. So when you do a trade-in, you're gonna basically put in your VIN, your mileage, your zip code, you have to put in photos of your vehicle, and then they'll contact you with the trade-in. Mine came in for my MDX at like $19,600 for my 2014 top-of-the-line Acura MDX, which I thought was a reasonable offer if I was only gonna get maybe $21,000 private sale. But because they're going now so much higher, I actually decided to shut down my trade, remove it from the contract, which you can do with just one click. It does not ruin your spot in line to do that. That's all fine. Again, another question you verify with your agent that you're talking to, which I did. And I'm gonna sell it private sale because I can get at this point with just used sales what they are now, and my car is under 100,000 miles on it. I'm gonna be able to get, about 24, 25 for it at this point. But especially now with how long this is taking, and if you set up the application today, you got your trade-in in there, all that's in there. If you're waiting sometimes up to a year, I think they're talking now 2023 for the Model Y long range all-wheel drive, make sure you go in every 30 days and redo everything, resubmit everything. Okay, that's number one, first mistake. Mistake number two, and that is the loan application process. So if you're going through and actually buying this with a loan and not paying cash like I am with this one, you've got to go in there and renew that application usually around every 60 days. It actually depends on the lender, but from my experience, it's been, at least with Wells Fargo, it's every 60 days. Again, I didn't know this. So for the last 4.5, 5 months, it's been sitting there in the queue saying you need to go in and reapply for this loan. And where I could have gotten this car months and months ago, probably January, February actually, this year at the latest, now it's been just pushed and pushed. My delivery date is now October this year, where it originally was November 2021, because I just wasn't going in and checking on it. Total mistake on my part. That just really should never have happened. But you need to make sure you go in and you look at it, because when you log into your account and you go down to your loan, it's going to tell you right there when you need to go in and reapply the application. And that, it as well, will keep you being delayed in the queue. Of course, all this stuff I'm telling you right now came directly from the lady that I was working with directly at Tesla, who was telling me, yeah, this is why you're doing it. You know, this is happening. The application's not completed, so we're not going to give the car to someone who's not fully ready to pick up the car. And I get it. It makes sense why it's that way. And I don't think I've gotten an email, but I probably did and just neglected it. That's not usually something I do. If for business, I need it all the time. I'm reading emails, but I'm guessing they do email you when your application does expire, or the app notifies you or something, and I just missed it for both of those things. The good news is though, when you re-put your information in for the application, I mean, I was approved and had everything done within 30 minutes again. The problem is though, my due date is still October. So here's what I don't know, is that now that I have this order in, and everything is now back up in good orders, I've removed the trade-in. Because my order date was so long ago, back in October last year, will they put me back ahead of people that are just now applying for a new car and putting that down payment down? So I'll update you guys on that if it actually does pull back. So the big takeaway here is make sure that if you just bought a Tesla, that you go in every 30 days to 60 days maximum, make sure everything is current and accurate, and if there's something that needs to be renewed or whatever, you keep on hitting that up and keeping that stuff, accurate. Another thing that I noticed just actually in the last couple of days is that when you go into the app and you look at the car that you're waiting for here, mine used to say manage account on that blue button there. And at the time, I just didn't think anything of it. But now that I've got it all back in good order, mine says view. That's it. So I guess a takeaway from that is if there's something needed on your account, it says manage account. And if it's in good order, it just says view. So just think about that for a second. Let's just assume then that the two mistakes I made of not renewing my mileage on my trade-in and not on my loan application, not resubmitting my loan or updating it or whatever it's asking me to do. Let's say that that actually didn't stop my delivery date from happening when it was estimated. That means that it has pushed then my delivery date, well, November. When it gets to November, it'll be 12 months from my original estimated delivery date. That's freaking crazy. There's no way Tesla is that inaccurate on delivering a car. 12 months, that's crazy. Now I understand if I bought the car knowing that it was going to be delivered in 12 months, that's reasonable. But mine said it was going to be October to November last year. Okay, and now it's saying October this year. And about every 20 days, it's continually being pushed forward. But here's why I'm not gonna bow out. Here's why I'm gonna keep playing this game until it finally happens. I mean, we just saw just the other day, Tesla prices went through the absolute moon. You saw the Model Y long range now, if you look at the actual purchase price, at $63,000. You guys, look what I have it locked in at. I placed my order back in August, not sure what I just said a minute ago, but it was actually in August, looking at the date here. And I purchased it for $53,990 is what it actually came to. And right now it is $10,000 more than I purchased it for. And that's before all the bells and whistles and everything. So for me, all in, I'm at $59,290. Of course, that's not including taxes, and I will pay more than that. That's just the add-ons that I have done for this car, which is black paint, upgraded wheels, the tow hitch. I did not do the full soft drive package on this car. This is my wife's car. She never uses that. And if we ever need it for a road trip, we'll just do the monthly subscription on this one. All right, moving on. Now, a long time ago, a bunch of you guys were asking me when I was doing some upgrades to my office, if I would show you kind of what my studio looks like and how I have it all set up here at CfTesla. Now, to be clear, it's kind of crazy, and I have a smaller office I'm working with here. It's the 14 by 14. So let me show you what I did. So turning on all my lighting so you can pretty much see the best possible way. You can see that this is kind of the hero of the show right here. What I've got is this crazy mounting system, and I've just attached so much stuff to it. This arm right here comes out, and this is where my main camera mounts, and we're working on right now. Above it, I have a mic on this microphone arm right here that can swing in and out if I want to put a mic up there. I have my ring light here for when I'm doing reviews if I need some extra lighting. And then over here, I have my regular studio lighting that has a remote. That's more like it's like a flat blanket type of lighting, RGB, and it can be changed color and everything down on my desk. Now down here, I have an Alienware PC computer, and that's connected to these two screens right here. I have the actual Alienware screen, then it's kind of its buddy screen right here. And I use that for most of my day trading stuff and, you know, work related stuff. And on this side of the desk, I have my iMac and its little buddy screen over on that side. And this is all for my editing, YouTube, and of course I do a lot of work on that as well. And then my mic is mounted up there as well on that side. And then I have another little, you know, webcam right there. So when I'm sitting at my desk, this is basically what I'm staring at. And on this side, that's what that looks like over there. I have all my arms, all that crazy gadgets up there. It's absolutely awesome. On the left side over here, I have a glass cabinet that I put a lot of my favorite accessories in and a lot of my camera gear that I use. So you can see over here, I have some more cameras and lenses. I have some vacuums, a whole bunch of action cameras over here. Of course, we've got the Tesla Tequila, and just a bunch of odds and ends there. For my hair light, I got two different lights mounted, and they're real cheap. Like all this setup is like under $1,000 for everything other than the camera. But you've got that over there. That's one of my lights that gets the left side of my face. And then I have another light mounted right here that I use. Just again, a real cheap RGB light that I shine down that's adjustable to get my hair and make sure it's lit up properly. I have lighting all over the place, RGB lighting under the desks, behind my other cabinets over here on this side. And of course, I have a whole bunch of other camera gear and everything down here. Most of this stuff is all for my action cameras, whether it's GoPro or Insta360. And then of course, behind me on the wall, I have all the Let It Drive backgrounds that I use for my clothing brand here. Let It Drive being the autopilot clothing. And that's pretty much it. So when I turn off all the main lights, it looks like this. All controlled through Alexa, allowing you to have a bit of a glow on yourself, some accent lighting in the back, and I don't know, I like it. Anyway, if you got a Tesla ordered right now, make sure and check all your stuff. Keep it all up to date, and I'll see you guys next time.